We are live. It's a Thursday night presentation here on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan. I'm joined by Richard Jefferson and Greg Anthony. And David Aldridge will be reporting from the sideline. Now we get a chance to check out the standings out west. Already we're in. December. Taking a look at Seattle. They've been in peak form as we've watched them play some tremendous basketball with an eye toward the postseason.
And I think for Seattle, they had a few critics coming into the season, and now I don't think they have any. This is a club ready to not only make a deep run, but possibly win it all.
Even though some people doubted them, there are just as many people, if not more, who believed in this team from the very beginning. And it's pretty clear right now who was right.
Let's check out Seattle's starting lineup. And for the Heat, we've got Brandon Miller. Thompson is out there with Klingon. And it's Christopher in at the points. RJ, this one has a bit of an old school feel to it, doesn't it? These teams love to run things down low.
Yeah, it's going to be a heck of a matchup, Kevin. A little bit of bully ball, you could say. Having a center you can run your offense through makes the rest of your offense that much better.
And that's another area where he is just a superb player. Excellent at the free throw line.
Here's Ojale. And that one, no good to start him off in the night. Pass to Klingon. Here's Christopher, coming off a stellar performance against Orlando. The shot is good off the backboard.
And the lack of effort to fight over the screen there makes that an easy shot.
Yeah, as soon as these guys feel contact, they are just disappearing like they're not even there. You got to show some fire and keep defending.
Fouled in the act of shooting. Gets the bucket anyway, so a three-point play chance for him. It's going to be on Brandon Miller. And Dwayne Wade is the first Heat player to be honored with a statue. And Greg, that's pretty significant for a very successful franchise.
And Kevin, well-deserved, right? D-Wade, the best player in franchise history. He helped bring 3 championships to the city. Plus, he's already got a street named after him. Oh, big finish, emphatic.
He hangs on the rim just for good measure. Wow. Pass to Freeman Liberty. Here's Christopher. And Brown over to help. 5 on the clock. Here's Thompson. And it's Seattle with the rebound. And we've been following this group's absolute dominant season, winning most games in blowout fashion.
Truly record-setting fashion. Nonetheless, though, it's been demoralizing to teams facing this group. I mean, before halftime, teams are often down by 15 or 20 points. We might be witnessing another blowout in the making here tonight. And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
This is today's NBA. Hey, we see this kind of exchange more often than not.
And he drives in. Fires from deep. They get the rebound. Pass to Freeman Liberty. On the wing, Miller. Shoots over Brown. And that one comes up a bit short.
You can't look at the result of that shot. They'll take that whenever they get it.
Yeah, it's a great look for him. One they'll try and manufacture again. Those are the shots you want him to take.
You got to love his hustle, leaving the defense no time to react.
And all of a sudden, that man was just on the other end. Wow.
Here's Christopher. A good portion of the scoring has come from him. He averages more than 18 points a game. Clinging at the elbow. Goes up the baseline. It's hauled in by Brown.
And not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that one.
I'm sure they'll think twice about shooting against him next time.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
And it's the Heat with the ball. Seattle able to drain the three. They set the pick, and here's Miller outside. Seattle grabs the miss. They defeated the Wizards in their last game.
And the bench turned up in that one. Whatever they couldn't get from their starters, they got from the reserves.
For a number of reasons, depth seems to become more important every year.
No one covering.
And that's back-to-back threes. The D just seems to be slacking off a little bit.
To halt the run. Here's Klingon. Fires the three. Shots good by Miller. Miller's got a couple of threes now in the first with the Heat.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
And he gets it to go.
This is as good as it gets for a first quarter in terms of shooting the basketball.
Driving to the basket.
Forget about going for the long-range bomb to cut into that lead. Just take it to the hoop, my friend.
And how? Brilliant throwdown. Johnson, wide open, he fires. And another three for Seattle.
Give them credit. Offensively, they've been the more efficient team.
Yeah, coach has to be thrilled. You can draw up all the X's and O's you want, but guys have to go out there and execute with enthusiasm.
Now, here is Miller. Talking about that win against the Magic, he was definitely a major factor as well.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be because he is so strong in the paint.
The three from Johnson. Johnson with the rebound. The Heat trail by 8. To the paint. Now with a fair amount of the season already completed, RJ, what storylines have stood out so far to you?
Well, it's really the players that have made the leap into stardom. But look, the season is far from over, and I'm curious to see if these guys can continue to get better.
Dort, he's checked in for Seattle. And so it's Johnson who brings the ball up for Seattle. Sweet move. And another basket for Seattle.
I know what they say, defense wins championships, but you need some bucket getters too now.
Launches it from deep. Christopher, no good.
He missed that one, but I've seen him drill shots from that distance in warm-up.
Even though he is capable of hitting that shot, I'd like to see him work for a better look in that situation.
Their play on both ends has been superb. We'll see if they can maintain the momentum.
They came out and bum rushed them. Huge difference in activity level from both teams tonight.
And now, joining us on the line, Shams Charania with a recent development. Shams, what's the latest?
Thanks, guys. Tonight, the story from Oklahoma with a development for the Thunder. They're bringing in the lanky, switchable big man Nick Claxton. In a different era, they'd be talking about putting some rocks in his pockets to bulk up. But in today's NBA, teams really value his length, and his quickness makes him a huge factor, especially at the defensive end of the floor.
Thank you for the insight, Shams. Much appreciated. And now it's Brown running.
Nice finish.
Displaying intensity right off the opening tip, especially on the offensive end.
They came out swinging, really setting the tone on offense, and the opposition has not been able to respond.
Here's Johnson. The Heat getting the bucket. Shot from the top of the key. Thompson with the rebound.
And he's very confident from that range, but you can't make him all.
Wide open look. That's good on the jump shot. Thompson's got it back down to within single digits for the Heat. Seattle has gone 4-7 from three-point range so far in the first. Inside. Down it goes, his third basket. He's now 3 for 4.
Defensively, they've been a step slow here to start.
Miller against Dort. Now here is Miller. He's tightly guarded. And pushing it up. Here's Seattle. Shot by Johnson, no good.
And you don't see that every day. Usually he'll convert when he gets that close to the rim.
And Miami making a change here. Bassey's checked in. The Heat trail by 10.
Ouch. 3 fouls for him already. And now if you're the coach, you got to think about sitting him down.
Pajemski, he's checked in for Miami. And the first time out of the game called for Seattle. And Seattle making a change here. Giroux's checked in. And a chance now to see how teams are faring across the league. Here's the latest edition of the Power Rankings. They've had a little bit of a skid here, playing right around the league average now.
Man, and I think Seattle, they've proved the projections right. They are a dominant club, and they're going to be a tough out for anyone.
Seattle leading by 10. Got a piece of it. And here we go with Miller running up the court. Dives for it. And they recover it. Down low. Trying to find Thompson. He gets it to him. Up high to stuff the alley-oop.
And hard to decide which is better, the pass, the catch, or the slam.
Well, there's no wrong answer. Sensational alley-oop. Lets it fly. And once again off the mark by Seattle.
And the defense was all over him once he got in close. Didn't want him to get too comfortable.
Miami shooting their 5th and 6 free throws of the game.
Penalty. Now at the line.
That one is off.
Bassey. Shoot.
Good on the second free throw. Seattle leading by 7. Outside, Dort. Over to the left wing. Just 5 to shoot. Takes a 3. They get it back. A second chance effort. Can't get it to go. He's taken 2 and missed 2. Pajemski finds Miller. Good on the three-point shot. Miller's got 13.
And even though they're down, it's not on him. He's been lights out on offense for them this quarter especially.
Giroux. And the shot goes in.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
And there's the call on Lou Dort. That's his first foul of the game, and the bonus will go to the free throw line.
And not the guy you want to send to the line. He has been automatic.
He hits one and misses one, each at the line.
And this quarter, he has clearly been off the mark.
And the layup's good off the glass.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
And it's Thompson with the ball. He'll bring it up for Miami. They trail by 7. This game against Seattle is the first time they've met this year.
Yeah, and a bit of a revenge game for them as they were swept in the 2-game season series from last year.
For sure, this is a team that feels like they should never be swept in a season series by anyone, but especially when it's one of the heavy hitters from the other conference.
And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
Well, Dort makes the smart play there. He spots a wide-open shooter and just gets him the ball.
And oh, what a play. He just palms the block. And it's blocked. Tries to save it. 1:11 left to play in the first quarter. Here's Jerome. No good on that one. Good D by Thompson. The Heat trail by 9. Miller inside. Defended by Dort. And there. Miller, good that time on the assist by Thompson.
And he has been on fire this quarter in terms of his scoring. Hopefully, that fire spreads to his other guys and they can rally.
They can trade 2 for 1 here.
Would be the right move, I believe, right now.
Pajemski finds Thompson. Now Pajemski. We picked up 21 points in their last win against Orlando.
Surprising he didn't bury that, but hey, it happens sometimes.
Three-pointer. Rebound by the Heat. They come into this one having outplayed the Magic last game.
Yeah, their long-range artillery hit the mark more often than not. A great equalizer when you're on the road.
And you talk to coaches around the league, and they'll tell you sometimes the ball just goes in. It's as simple as that.
This will be his 3rd free throw shot of the game.
Not the best statistic for him in terms of his performance at the line. Very low numbers.
On the free throw, no good. Here's Dort. And once again off the mark by Seattle. And Miami calls their first time out of the game.
Trying to find some answers offensively.
Yeah, they need to regroup and maybe try and draw something up that can get them a clean look at the basket.
And here's Banks. Pulls up. High post. And it's good. But hold on. The officials. You want to look at that one on the replay monitor. And it looks like they are going to.
The previous play is under review.
And to me, guys, it looks pretty clear-cut on the instant replay. I mean, the ball was out of his hands in time. I think they'll confirm this one pretty quickly.
review. The ruling on the floor is overturned.
And the call is going to be overturned. The second look shows that he did, in fact, beat the clock. And that concludes a back-and-forth, high-scoring first quarter of play. Seattle ahead. They're up by 3. We'll be back shortly live from Miami Arena. And getting going again here in the second quarter. Fairly close game so far. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen from Seattle. Guys?
Well, in that first quarter, they were intent on just pounding the ball down low.
And let me tell you, when you establish a physical edge, it gives you a mental edge too.
On the floor for Seattle. And no good. Seattle leading by 3. Here's Ogilvy. Pass to Giroux. Shot clock at 5. Up again. Bassey pulls it in. Bassey's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Pass to Banks. Seattle grabs the miss. They've held a 12-point lead early. Following this one, they get to host the Mavericks. And that's the first game in a string of 3 straight at home. Ogilvy. Seattle with a fresh shot clock. Here's Giroux. Nothing on the board.
Oh, my goodness. Man.
And it is flushed down with a nice jam.
And this sort of awesome dunk is one of the reasons this team is in charge of this game.
Well, there's a swagger out there. You can see it on the court that they possess and are not afraid to show it either. Pajemski with it. Looking at his numbers, he averages a bit over 9 points a game. Drains it from beyond the arc.
This is that modern big man play. Tall guys who are comfortable draining shots from deep.
It didn't take long for Pajemski to establish himself as an elite charge taker.
The funny thing about the game of basketball is that some things can't be taught. Pods clearly has the it factor when it comes for the timing that it takes to draw charges. He can steal a few possessions for you every single game.
Driving in. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
And he's an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
He is, and he picks the simple one-hand stuff to get the 2 points. Fires from the wing. Down through the hoop it goes. That's his 5th make on 9 shots from the floor.
Look, they are in front right now because of him. He keeps draining these shots at a ridiculous clip.
To the wing right side. Now here's Banks. Not a lot of room. And here they come. For the finish. Throws down the breakaway jam.
Well, they weren't going to pass up that chance to get out and run following the steal.
Now Pajemski. He has yet to score. Puts up a deep 3. Seattle grabs the miss. Closing in on 4 minutes played here in the second quarter. Giroux gets the bucket.
Breakdown for the defenders, and you can't ask for an easier bucket than that.
And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. And joining us now by phone is insider Shams Charania with some news. Shams, give it to us.
Well, guys, teams are all grappling with this new CBA, especially the dreaded second apron. Fans possibly unclear on what it means. Honestly, even front offices are still navigating the complexities of the new restrictions, but basically it has become harder for teams to spend big and acquire new players under the current systems. We'll see, guys, how this impacts everyone moving forward.
Something to keep an eye on, no doubt. All right, Shams, thanks a lot. Brownie's checked in for Seattle. And it's the Heat with the ball. 8-point game. Here's Podziemski. Carries it from three-point range. Podziemski's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for three. The jump hook, and it's in off the backboard. 6 points for him.
Not a lot of resistance on the inside, and they're taking full advantage.
Yaramaz, he's covered by Brown. Back to Podziemski. Just 5 on the clock. Baseline try, and it's Seattle with the rebound. They've held a 12-point lead earlier. To the inside, Baker, and he takes the feed in stride and slams it home.
The D just kind of stepping aside and letting him get to the rim.
There's a reason, GA, the lead is what it is right now.
Yeah, it's going to take better rim protection than that if they're going to climb out of this hole.
Well, we've got a moment now to see this year's three-point contest and how it's shaping up. Let's take a look at some of the top candidates emerging as we see here some players who are likely to make the final cut.
Not too shabby of shooters on this list, Kevin. You got to love the advancement and really the evolution of the three-point shot in today's game.
He's going to need to leapfrog quite a few great shooters if he's going to be a part of the three-point festivities and All-Star Weekend, but, you know, maybe he can do it.
I mean, anything's possible, especially if he has a few big games from beyond the arc before All-Star Weekend. That'd give him a nice bump in the voting.
And as the votes keep pouring in, we'll keep you updated on any changes to that list. It looks like we're going to have quite a group.
Man, you talk about the ultimate marksman's list here, Kevin. Maybe this will be the year somebody gets that perfect score. Solid rebound there, and with the score like it is, that's an area where they can't afford to get lazy.
Here's Jerome. That's good, and it's his 4th basket of the game. He's a strong 4 for 6.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting it in the paint and continue to score consistently.
Stolen. And pushing it up. Here's Seattle.
Well-rounded effort, and they show no signs of letting up.
Yeah, not just an impressive showing on offense, but on defense as well, executing their game plan perfectly.
Away team foul.
Miller's checked in for Banks.
Personal foul. Second team foul. Substitution on the court.
Miller outside. They set the screen. Again, the miss by the Heat.
No matter what looks they get, they just can't convert to stop this run.
This is snowballing for them. They've got to get a good look next time down.
Back to Podziemski. Heat moving the ball around. Brown against Miller. Their offense stone cold. Another miss there. A moment now to hear from our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. David.
Kevin, if you want to win, of course, playing both ends of the floor is essential. Former Defensive Player of the Year Draymond Green says, we've seen teams for years make the mistake of thinking they can put a great offense out there and win. You run up against a team that's just competent offensively, but they play defense, you're going to lose. Kevin?
Got the 1-2 punch as Draymond talks about. Man, that is something tough to get by. DA thanks. So a moment now to see the story for him.
And suddenly his feel for the three-point shot has left him. It's been a tough go the past 5 games. The percentage from long range not close to what it was earlier, but he's not going to give up on it, and he'll try to get it going here tonight.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
The 3. It fails to fall, now shooting just a little better than 50%, 5 for 9.
And after connecting twice from deep in the first quarter, he hasn't been able to drain another here in the second.
And I think that play sort of sums up what we've seen tonight. Just simply being outplayed both sides of the ball. Smart basketball defensively, turning into easy points.
Here's Miller into the lane. No good. They had a chance to end the run there. Seattle leading by 19. Here's Brown. That's out of bounds. Seattle will retain. Just over a minute and a half played here in the fourth. There's the screen. Takes it inside. Takes it up with both hands and rips it down.
Oh, inflicting some punishment with the two-hand flush.
They're going for the throat. The Heat call time. Both teams will make substitutions. And now the latest from our reporter, David Aldridge.
Hey, guys. Well, Miami's coach had some advice for the team during that last break. Now, Coach challenged them. He said, this goes beyond this game. Show me how much heart you have for the season. Fight until the final buzzer. Guys, back to you.
All right, David, thanks. And the Heat making a change here. Thompson's checked in.
Make some noise once again for your Miami Heat.
The Heat trail by 11. We've got him and Thompson, and it's Christopher in at the 1. That's the group on the floor for Miami. Pass to Freeman Liberty. Frazier against Miller. Rebound by Endor. For Seattle, they've gone 1 of 3 from the field to start the fourth quarter. And Thompson sends it back. Here's Christopher going inside. And another one in the scoring column for him. He's 7 of 10 from the field.
Coming off a big game, his confidence couldn't be higher, and Coach knows it.
When it ain't broke, leave it alone until someone stops him. Just let him roll.
Uncovered. Shot by Frazier, no good. The Heat have gone 3 of 5 here in the fourth quarter. Pretty good numbers coming out of the break. And it's Thompson with the jam.
And wait to finish and cut into that lead a little bit.
Yeah, but look at the basket guy still shaking. There's a good screen. Pass to Frazier. The 3. Another miss by Frazier. The Heat trail by 7. Here's Bassett, and he uses the glass on the layup.
And you want him taking big shots for you in big moments. That one was as easy as it gets.
Yeah, it's clear why they go to him in these moments. They know he's going to deliver for them.
Stolen by Thompson. Bassey, the pass to Thompson. There's the triple. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Now just a 2-point Seattle lead. And a closer look here at the hustle stats for the Heat.
They've been defending with excellent anticipation all game long. Just look at how many times they've managed to get their hands on the ball.
And they've also shown great effort defensively tonight. They closed out on shooters and really got their hands up on multiple shots.
And pushing it up, here's Seattle. And he makes that one.
Great teamwork, punctuated by a strong finish.
Yeah, that's nice execution, running with purpose and creating an easy scoring opportunity off the break.
Beautiful job closing the gap here. Let's see if they can sustain this run.
The thing they have to watch for is mental fatigue. They have to stay focused and finish the job.
This is the baby hook. And it's Miami's ball. They're on an 11-2 run. To take the lead. And it's Seattle with the rebound.
And as long as he keeps missing from deep, the D will keep letting him fire away. He's just off from range right now.
Here's Christopher. Thompson outside. To tie it up. No good there. Seattle has gotten off to an 0-for-2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. Giroux can't hit. Miami's gone 1-2 from three-point range here in the fourth. Here's Freeman Liberty. That doesn't go in. Had a chance, though, to take the lead. That's going to be over and back. Not watching for the line that time.
Turnovers weren't a story for them early on, but that's changed. And now they're definitely having trouble keeping possession and momentum.
The Heat call time. He's checked in for the Heat.
Make some noise.
Here's Christopher. Here's the screen. Pass to Freeman Liberty. And they will call over the back on the play.
Just got a little ahead of himself going for that rebound and gets whistled for the over the back.
You have to know your positioning and where the opposition is on the floor.
Here he goes. That shot, no good. Here's Miami now. They're on an 11-2 run. Not watching the line there. That'll be a backcourt violation.
They've gotten careless, Kevin, no doubt about it, with their turnovers in the second half.
From 7, and it's good for 2. He has 29. The Heat trail by 4. Swinging the screen for Miller. Off the mark there with the three-point shot.
He is single-handedly dropping the temperature in here with that cold streak.
Yeah, right now, he's just in his own head. Not much you can do to try and push through it.
Chalk up 2 there. And now a 6-point Seattle lead.
Oh, just a beautiful textbook bounce pass. You love to see it.
Thompson looking for an opening. Clinging with it. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
And I like the fact that the defense is looking to protect the rim at all costs.
And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. The hustle stats for Seattle.
Well, look, it's not just about forcing a turnover, guys. It's about converting them in those opportunities and cashing them in.
And I'll tell you, the energy they've shown in the open floor, boy, it has been terrific. Doing a phenomenal job converting in those situations.
And that one drops for him.
I'm sorry, that's poor defense down low again. It's been a mismatch thus far in the paint.
Here's Christopher, covered by Johnson. Christopher, the pass to Miller. 5 to shoot. Over Baker. And again, it's the Heat missing.
Well, his shooting is unfortunately not helping things. And his lackluster accuracy is probably the thing that's keeping them behind.
And creating a little separation here, gaining some confidence.
Yeah, they've locked in during this stretch. If they keep it up, their lead will only continue to grow.
Goes back up. A shot by Thompson, and no one's around. Traps in the tray. Thompson's got 20 points.
Whatever adjustments were made at half, boy, they are working. He's looking like a different player since the break.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
First team foul. Substitutions for your
Johnson against Banks. Got a piece of it. And stolen by Banks. Solid shot from the distance of about 14 feet. Now just a 3-point Seattle lead.
And that's right in his wheelhouse, looking to make an impact when it counts.
And his team needs every bit of his production if they want to pull this one out. It is neck and neck here in the final period.
6 on the shot clock. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. That one on Thompson.
Yeah, the defender all over.
First free throw is good.
We're still waiting for that first miss from the line this half.
That one is no good.
He left some at the line, but at least he made it a 2-possession game.
There's the pick. Whistle blows. Basket is good. So a chance here for a 3-point play.
And even though they're down, it's not on him. He's been lights out on offense for them this quarter especially.
And it's Seattle with the ball. They lead by 1. Banks against Johnson. Six to shoot. Buries the long-range jumper. And Seattle leads by 4.
The defenders need to recognize the importance of staying on him as we get into crunch time.
Outside Banks. Miller outside. They set the pick. Over Baker. Picked off in midair. Drives to the hoop. And he bangs it home with one hand.
Well, if you don't take care of the ball, fellas, that's what can happen.
Absolutely, Greg. That makes the turnover even more painful.
We know mistakes lead to breaks. That's just textbook right there.
Back to Miller. And there's the drive. And so Miami again turning it over. Ojale is checked in for Johnson.
number 10, Todd Ojale.
Seattle leading by 6. A minute 42 left to play here in the 4th. It's deflected, and he's able to get it back. Pass to Baker. Shoots the 3. That's a basket. His 8th from the field, 8 of 14.
He can really stroke it from deep. You have to keep better tabs on him.
Outside Banks. Shot to stop the run. Ojale grabs the rebound. Seattle has gotten off 4 3-pointers in the final quarter, and 2 of them have fallen. Some nice ball movement here by Seattle. A shake. And he sinks the layup. And now an 11-point Seattle lead.
And it's just competing, giving your best when it matters most.
And let me tell you, as a team, you love to hit your stride right at the crucial moments. They put this game away in style.
Outside Banks. Trying to get open is Miller. The shot's good from Banks. There's 25 seconds left in the fourth quarter. To the right side. To the middle. Pass to Ojale. All alone. And another basket for Seattle.
They just blocked out the noise, kept on grinding, and this is their reward.
All road wins. They're just so sweet. They're just so sweet. You know why? Because they are so hard to come by.
Now, here is Miller. D right on him. Misses the shot. And so it's Seattle winning this one. This was a very strong showing for him, Greg. Not necessarily a runaway win, but one they'll feel very good about.
And let's face it, anytime you can go on the road and win in the fashion they did, you have to feel good about it.